huge Dragon Age fan, and admittedly not as big of a Dragon Age 2 fan as I was of Origin, I still was super excited to finally get on Legacy, which is the newest Dragon Age 2 DLC. But the DLC overall is $10, and I felt like I could have used a little bit more gameplay for $10. The story's convoluted, and not exactly that fun to follow, and I didn't find myself caring as much as I cared in, of course, Origins, and I cared a little bit in Dragon Age 2, but in Legacy I really didn't care about the story. It involved Hawke's dead father, and what brought him to do the things he did, and a little bit of backstory on Hawke and your sister, or brother, depending on spoiler, depending on who lived in your playthrough of Dragon Age 2.
The blood works. It is good.
I'm not following you one more step unless you tell me who you are. What's your name?
Name? So long since I've said my name. Larius. I was Larius. There was a title too. Commander. Commander of the Grey.
Pretty much throughout the game, or throughout the DLC, you are going through dungeons and all that good stuff, because it is an RPG, and what's an RPG without dungeons? I know a lot of people are saying that the environments were really cool, that it was a breath of fresh air from Dragon Age 2, but even though these are all supposed to be new environments, it still felt the same to me. I didn't really feel like I was going to areas that I hadn't been before. In fact, a lot of the underground dungeons and caves and stuff felt very much of environments from Dragon Age 2. So the environment really didn't feel that new to me. There wasn't any new, like, super awesome armor or super awesome weapons. I mean, there were even times that I would go through these puzzles that required a lot of backtracking just to open a chest that had something that wasn't even nearly as cool as the equipment I already had. Which is really disappointing, because I played the DLC through with my second playthrough character, and I didn't really have, I wasn't as upgraded as my first playthrough character, so I was expecting those pickups and the stuff I found to be a lot better, but it really wasn't, which of course is disappointing, especially when I go through all these long puzzles. You would think that whatever's at the end, that one lone chest in the room I tried so hard to get to, would be a little cooler.
Always someone out to kill me. Come on. Where the hell did I go?
But even with that being said, I still enjoyed myself with the DLC. I don't know if it was the DLC alone that I enjoyed, or I enjoyed getting back into the whole Dragon Age, game aspect of everything. Legacy doesn't really feel like a complete ripoff. I mean, it didn't really feel like a ripoff at all. For $10, I said I got maybe about $7 worth of gameplay out of it, so it's not that big of a deal. And it doesn't feel like it was just scraps of Dragon Age 2 that they scooped up off the floor and served as a DLC. It did feel a little bit more separated than that. Even though I didn't really like the story was completely separate than what's going on in Dragon Age 2. So yeah, it really didn't feel like, oh, this was just stuff that didn't make it into the final copy, so we're just going to make you pay extra for it. It does feel like true DLC. It does feel like this was made specifically to be DLC, which is a lot better than most games. Most games it does feel like stuff that couldn't make it into the final cut, so they make us, they make us pay extra for, like, bonus features or whatever. It did feel specifically for DLC.
Finish
can't complain about new achievements. There was even some more Darkspawn to fight, and the ending boss battle was actually pretty interesting too. It wasn't the same just hack and slash button push type of boss battle you play in Dragon Age 2. It was a lot more strategy, a little bit more slow-paced, think about what you're doing, than just go up on there and wail on them. You know, it was a little bit better than that. So overall, I gotta say, for my Dragon Age fans, this is the DLC you've been waiting for. Now, if you aren't into Dragon Age 2, maybe you didn't beat it, maybe you beat it just to finally beat it, but you don't really want to get back into the game, then Legacy is not for you. It's definitely for the gamers out there that want a reason to get back into Dragon Age, or want something new and something a little bit more like refreshing than just getting back into Dragon Age 2. Then this DLC is definitely for you. I know I said that the environments don't feel that new. They do feel a little bit overused. And I know I say that you don't get a whole lot of payouts when you find chests. But overall, I enjoyed myself with the DLC. There's a little more puzzle elements in this as well than in the main game. So yeah, again, I would recommend it. If you're a Dragon Age fan, you want to get back into the game, this DLC is for you. I had a good time with it. It wasn't perfect, but it did its job. It got me back into the game, and I thank it for it. So yeah, get Legacy. I'm pretty sure you'll probably like it. If you're watching this video, obviously you like Dragon Age. So get it, and you'll like it. As always, thanks for watching.